Hey guys, welcome back for this new live stream. Today's topic will be about how to tell time in French, of course, because we're here to study French. So yeah, we are gonna wait for more viewers to join because we want everybody to have a chance to see the content. So you can say hi in the chat, and I will read your comments. And yeah. So there's also the live stream on Facebook and on YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, feel free to join wherever you want, and you will deal with how to tell time in French. We will deal how to tell time in French. Mario, bonjour. Oh, I remember you were here last time. Salut, Michael. Salut. If you remember how to greet in French, you can greet in French using what we've learned last time. So yeah, Sada, bonjour. Bonjour. And yeah, the lesson will be about how to tell time. I guess you know it's written on it's the title, and also you can see the thumbnail. Bonjour monsieur, comment ça va? Giovanni. Bonjour, ça va très bien, merci. Giovanni, monsieur, très poli, very polite. Alan, salut. Smile, love from Nepal. Oh yeah, it's really far. Hey. And yeah, hello, salut. Oh, twice. Thank you for this. You're welcome. It's a pleasure to learn French to people, to teach French to people. I mean, yeah, Smile is sending a lot of hello. Ça va? I guess it's a question from, if I don't know how to say it, Ephraim. So yeah, ça va. Et toi? How are you? Yeah, I'm good. And you? Gamax, salut, comment allez-vous? Je vais bien, je vais très bien. Robbie, thank you. Ça va. So yeah, we are gonna start in a few seconds. Just wait for all people to be here, and then we will get started. If you like, while you're waiting, you can still, if you enjoy and you're happy to be here for this lesson, you can click on the like button or share these videos to your friend. And if you want your friend to join for this live stream, you can do that. So yeah, that can be a good way to practice with your friends. Yeah, we will soon start. What time do you usually do videos like this? From Alan. So it's every week the same time. So if you're living in New York, it's always 9 p.m. Every week. So it was last week at the same time, and it's gonna be next week the same time. So 9 p.m. on for if you're in New York, it's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Salut, ça va bien? Merci beaucoup pour les leçons, Sébastien. You're welcome. I hope you really enjoy those lessons. Il est minuit à London. Il est minuit à London. It means, like from Sadat, it means it's midnight in London. So London in French, it's Londres. Londres. So just if you want to sound really French, just write Londres. Lily, bonjour, comment allez-vous? Ça va? Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Ça va? Oui, ça va très bien. Okay. Hi, Isata. Hi. Okay, I think we can start. So welcome to all of you. Today's lesson will be how to tell time in French. So I don't know if you know how to do that, but with that you will deal with all the difficulties that you can meet when you're doing that in French. So first thing that you need to know is how to ask the time, because that can be really useful if you don't have any watch. So this is the sentence that you need to remember. Quelle heure est-il? So, can you see properly? Quelle heure est-il? So yeah. Sorry, I'm just turning off the fan. It's really hot where I am. So, quelle heure est-il? This is the sentence, so try to repeat it. Quelle heure est-il? What time is it? It means. So here, don't forget the dash, And here there is what we call in French a liaison. So you have to say that. Quelle heure est-il? Est-il, so this T you have to say that. Quelle heure est-il? So this is the question, and this is quite of like kind of formal question. If you really want to sound less formal, you can use a more casual sentence, which is you have just to put that in the beginning of the sentence. So you say il est quelle heure. So you can say that il est quelle heure. Can you read it? Il est quelle heure. So it's just you remove the order. So this is the inversion to the question in French. You always do that in French. When you ask a question, a polite form of a question, you do an inversion between the subject and the verb. And here, if you want to sound more casual, you can do like just a normal with the subject and the verb. So you can do that as well. Il est quelle heure? Quelle heure est-il? So next, let's move on to the answer. So the question, you have two ways to answer. You can directly say the time, or you can add this, which is the repetition of that or this in the correct order. So il est quelle heure? Il est quelle heure? And then the answer, il est 9h30. Il est 9h30. Il est 9h30. So I don't know if you are familiar with the French numbers. That's why we are gonna like do that, train that a bit. But here it's 9, 9 in French. This stands for hour, heure in French. This means heure, hour. And then you've got the minutes, so it's quite easy and quite logical. 9h30. So 30, it means like 30. So all you have to do is say the numbers of the number of hours, then hours in French, heure, and then the number of minutes. And in French, you have two ways to count times. You can do that you can divide the 24 hours into two categories, like morning and afternoon, like you can do that in English as well. But you can also like count and add up the afternoon with the morning. So this, if you want to read that, it's 15h45, 15h45, 45, and it's just like 3 p.m., like 3:45. So this is how you say, you ask the question, quelle heure est-il, and how you answer. But let's train with all the numbers. That can be a good, like, maybe you know that, but it's a good practice for you. So let's make some room. So yeah, let's first start with the hours. So for the hours, it's between 1 and 23. So I'm like 24. We don't say 24 in French. We use another word. I'm gonna explain that later. So what you need to do is numbers between 1 and 23. So maybe you can put that in the chat if you know how to say that. But let's get started with the first one. So this is 1. But the difficulty with this one, this is the only one like that, it's that you have to pronunciate like it's like the feminine form, because 1 hour is feminine in French. You know, like nouns have genders in French, have gender, and hour is a feminine word. So this is the only case with 1. 1 is the only number that can be feminine and masculine in French. And this is the feminine form, so une. And then for the rest of the numbers, it's quite easy. So it's like usual, 2, 3. And then you add hour. You add the hours, so heure. So if I say, so this is, So let's do that. And so this is une heure. So une heure, 1 hour. So if you want to say 1 p.m. or 1 a.m., this is une heure. Une heure. And then 2 heures. Here, also be careful because there is this X, and same with this. And since the sound is a vowel, like vowel sound, the H is silent here, you have to do a liaison between this and this. So here, if you want to say 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., you have to say 2 heures. 2 heures. 2 heures. But when you write it, you always write it like that. You don't put the letters. You always use the figures. So 2 heures, 2 heures, and then you add something else. So maybe you want, if you like, you can tell me the time of your country. If you like, what time is it in your country? And I can show you the number of hours. So here, for example, like let's say it's 30 hour. So if you want to say that in French, do you know how to say 13? 13, it's 13. 13. 13 heures. 13 heures. Or you can also say une heure. 13 heures, une heure. 13 heures, une heure. So yeah, let's just write all the figures, and just for you to remember. Une, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if you want to say this, you say 20 heures. Here you have to say a T, 20 heures, because there is a T at the end of 20, and you have to do the liaison, 20 heures. Then 21 heures, 21 heures, and then 22 heures, and then 23 heures, 23 heures, 23 heures. 1 heure, 2 heures, 3 heures, 4 heures, 5 heures, 6 heures, 7 heures, 8 heures, 9 heures, 10 heures, 11 heures, 12 heures, and then you can do that and so on. And this, for all those, you can also use those numbers as well. So instead of 16, like 16 heures, you can also say 4 heures, 4 heures. Is this Canadian? A question from Raquel. Is this Canadian French? No, it's like French from France. Hi, Alan. So it's 8:11. So 8:11. 8:11 in Mexico. It's 8h11. 8h11. Quelle heure est-il? Il est 8h11. You can say that. 8h11. 8h11. So yeah, quite easy. No special difficulties for that. And also, hello from Brazil again. Here it's 10:12. 10:12. 10 p.m. 12. So 10 like 12, but you can also say this. So I'm gonna show you the two ways. So here it's 10h12. 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 And if you want to use this form, you can say 22h, 22h12. 22h12. There is a question concerning moins quart and bien quart. I think it's like quarter. So I'm going to explain quarter because it's true that when you say, for example, this, it's like in English you don't say 15. Like you can also use a quarter, so it's the same in French, but I'm gonna explain that. In French Guyane, it's 10, 11, so yeah, 10h11, 10h11. So yeah, 20h15, 20h15, 20h15. Okay. 20h15. Okay, so before we keep going on we get further on the lesson, just remember that you can have like a lot of PDF concerning French with a lot of different vocabularies. So here I've got some for you. I pretend some. So here, if you want to like order in a restaurant, you can use this vocabulary, and you can also have vocabularies for traveling and stuff like that. So a lot of different themes, and all you need to do for that is you go on the description of the video and you will find a link to the website, and with this you can download all those free PDFs because it's free. All you need to do is create a free account, and then you've got access to all those free PDFs. We've got a lot. You can see that on the screen right now, like clothes, music, when you want to book a hotel. So it's perfect if you want to practice French in France, for example. Like you have all the vocabulary that you need. So yeah, be sure it's free. So it's a good opportunity for you to improve your vocabulary in French. So let's go back to the lesson. So here I was telling the time. Il est 40. We have got Giovanni who's saying il est 44 minutes pour 21h. I think you want to say is 21:44. Where is my here? So you want to say this? Yeah. So this is 21h44. Il est 21h44. So it's always hour and then minutes. This stands for minutes. So yeah, be sure not to invert. So yeah, 8:15. I'm gonna explain that. So yeah, let's move on to the next part concerning the minutes. So, you should know how to count in French between 1 and 59 if you want to say the minutes with accuracy. But usually you don't say a lot. Oh, it's 58 or 59. You just round and like you say 15, like it's 50, or usually you just round the numbers. So if you're not confident with that, you can just learn. Let's say 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then we don't say 16 because it's the next hour. So this is what you can learn. And also there is, I've seen before some questions concerning quarter. So let's move on to the specific ways, the different ways that you can say the minutes for 3 different numbers. So it's like in English. For this, you can say the word quart. So I'm gonna put that in capital letters for you to read easily. Quart. So what you can say if you want to say, for example, Surina is saying from Malaysia. Hey to you, Surina. It's this time. So with what we've seen before, you can say il est 9h15, 15. But if you want to use these other ways to say 15, like 15, you can say il est 9h15. Il est 9h15. So you can see I'm saying et before quart. This is quart, and before I'm adding et. So when you do that, you need to add et, which means end. So it's so you have to say quart. Et quart. So like 9h15. So it's not like in English where you have to say like 9:15 or usually you invert the minutes with the hour, but here it's always hours first and then minutes. So if you want to say this again, 9h15. Don't forget et. So I'm gonna put that here in capital letters. 9 heures et, and then I don't have room, but anyway, quart. So quart, it's here. If you cannot see that properly, so 9h15. 9h15. So you can see here sometimes I'm saying 9 instead of 9. Like for French people, it's kind of common to say 9h, 9h15 instead of that. So yeah, you can say 9h or 9h, but don't focus too much on that. Maybe you cannot catch the difference. But personally, I'm saying 9h15. 9h15. Et quart. So this is for 15. But what about half? Like when you want to say, would you translate half in French? So it's the same. That quart, you need to learn this word, and then you add et again. Et. So here, if you want to say that, you say 10h et demi. 10h et demi. So et and. So it's like 10 hours and half. It's like how would you would translate in French, in English, if you want to literally translate all. So here, 10h30 or 10h et demi. 10h30 or 10h et demi. So this is how you can say that. And then for that, you see that if you do that 3 times, you've got this number. So that's why we say that in French. 3 quarts. So here you can say 10h. So let's say, can you read that properly? Here it's 11 hour 45, 11h45, if you want to say the proper number. But if you want to use that, you say 11h 3 quarts. 11h 3 quarts. And here you can see that I'm not saying the end, the et. It's directly 11h 3 quarts. But this is less common than the others. Those ones are not really common. And this, personally, I don't use it a lot. I prefer to say 45, 45, like the full number, 45. 11h45. It's better than 11h 3 quarts. Yeah, 11h45. It's maybe more natural for French people. But this is really natural if you use that. So maybe don't focus too much on this one, 3 quarts. But those 2 ones are really important. Because like you will hear that a lot, so it's better to be able to catch that when you hear that. So when you ask quelle heure est-il and someone answer you 9h15 or 9h15, you should understand that it means this. So you see that you can say, like for the afternoon, for example, you've got 4 different ways to say, for example, this. You can, so you know that this and this is equivalent. So this means both morning and afternoon, and this means only afternoon. And so if you write that, it can mean afternoon. You can say 9h15, 9h15, or you can say 9h15. And also it means the afternoon or the morning. It depends of the context. Usually, you know, with the context. So this is how you say the minutes. So if you want me to say some minutes that you don't know how to say, like, I don't know, like 35 or whatever, you can put that in the comment section and I would translate that for you. But what you need to learn is just numbers between 1 and 59. 59, and that's good for you, and you would be able to remember and to say all the time. You will be a master of time. So yeah, and I told you that we don't say 24-hour in French. In fact, we've got another word for that. It's so like we've got two special ways to say this and that. So it's 12 in English. You can say noon, and for that you can say midnight. It's the same than in French. You can use a word for that. So here it's midi. It looks like a bit like French, like English. I mean, for a midnight. Like it's the same logic, because midnight here is like half. Like mi, it stands for half, and nuit stands for night. So it's kind of close to midnight. And here it's a bit different than noon, but it's the same logic. D is a kind of like, I don't know what it means in French, but it's probably from a word that means day, like in English. So here it's like half of the day, and here half of the night, even though midnight is not really half of the night. Minuit, midi. Minuit, midi. So here, if you have just that, or this, you can say midi or minuit without... instead of, so this is the only way. This usually you don't write that in French. You would usually you would put that for minuit, but you can sometimes see that. But it's so if you have to say that, you have to say minuit for this or for that. And this you can say 12 heures, so you can say the full time, or you can say midi. Like this word, and then you can also say midday for that. And we've got some questions. 11h45, 12h moins le quart. So As is asking like 12h moins le quart. So I'm going to explain that later, but you have to add le between moins and quart. Bonjour, like Korean person. Bonjour, it's so helpful. Merci, you're welcome. Where are you from, sir? I'm from France, and like I'm from Paris, if you want to know where I am, my city. Oui, je peux dire moins quart. No, so I repeat, it's not moins quart, it's moins le quart. But I'm going to explain that just a bit later. Baran, I'm Belgian, so native French speaker. And you? Oh, so we've got a native French speaker here. And if you don't have a watch and someone asks you what time is it and you mind of no, how would you say around 5:30? So if you want to say around, which is really interesting, a good word that you can remember, around is environ. So if you want to say around 5:30, you say environ 5h30. Environ 5h30. 5h30. Environ 5h30. Environ 5h30. So this is how you can say that. And also there is the possibility to say et demi, like half, 5h30. Environ 5h30. Or environ 5h30. Environ 5h30. Environ 5h30. Like there is no preference, I guess, between et demi and 30. Like I use both of them, and I don't know what makes me decide to use one instead of the others. There is it's just the feeling. There is no rule for that. It's not a fault if you use one instead of the others. There is it's perfectly the same meaning, so you can use both. Baron, yeah, I see the messages, of course. So yeah, for those of you who don't know that, you can add some comments in the chat and I can read that. 9:28 and French language. In French language, 9. Okay, so this. So you want to say AM. So morning. So 9h28. 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 I speak Spanish and English, and I'm currently learning French. Yeah, it's really good if you can master all those languages. So good luck in your training for French. So yeah, let's move on to the next part. So here, remember environ 5h30 environ. Okay. Just what you need to remember, it's when you want to like use, you know, this, you can say 4h, 16h. If you want to get rid of the ambiguity, you can add something at the end. Du matin, or 4h de l'après-midi. Can you read that? So this, if you say 4h du matin, there is no ambiguity. Matin, it means morning. So it's like when you say 4 a.m. And here it's afternoon. So it's like when you say it's like 4 p.m. So if you hear that, you can use you can distinguish 4 hours by precising if it's morning or afternoon. It's like p.m. and a.m. But also you can say 16h, 16h, 16h. So yeah, remember that. And so yeah, this is the distinction between a.m. and p.m. in French. But usually we use also a lot this one, like saying 16, like 16h instead of 4 hours, like instead of like 4h de l'après-midi. But you can say both. So yeah, so that's all. We don't have time to explain for the minus, but it's not that common in French. So just you have to say moins, and then you add the numbers. So like if you say like 10:45, as I said, you say 11h moins le quart, so 11h, it's like 11, moins le quart. But yeah, you can, that's how you do that in French. So it's a bit like in English, but don't forget that it's always hours. But I'm not going to explain that with more details, because we don't have time for now. Yeah, noon, midnight from Mario. Bonjour, professeur. So yeah, we will see that. So yeah, that's all for this lesson. And next time, we will talk about the nationality. You remember when we did the greeting lessons? I talk a bit about nationality, and we will get deeper into that topic and explain how to say the different countries and how you can present your nationality and your country. So be sure to be here. It's July 12th. On July 12th, and so if you're in New York, it's 9 p.m. So check for your country, the time for your country, and you can also tell the time in your country now. So I'm gonna say that in French, like for the New York time. So 9h so like 9h, or I can say 21h, 9h or 21h. It's like 9 p.m. So yeah, and also be sure to check the link down below with all the vocabulary you can have. Like, it's all for free, as I said before, and you just go on the description, you click on the link, and then you create a free account on FrenchPod101.com, and then you've got all these, so you can see, so like vocabularies, how to order in a restaurant, and here you've got if you've got troubles in case of emergency. So yeah, you have a lot of different vocabularies. So yeah, be sure to check that. It's all free for you guys, so don't miss that. It's a good opportunity for you guys. So yeah, next time nationality, next week same hour, and yeah, so July 11th 9 p.m. if you are in in New York, and it's maybe if you are in the eastern part of the world, it would be on 12th. But New York times, July 11th, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 9h, 9h, 9 p.m. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and if you enjoy that, you can still like leave a comment or like this video, and I really hope you enjoyed that. And see you next time for nationality, same place, internet, same channel, and same hour. So yeah, bye guys, see you next time.